What's up, y'all? It is Cecil West with Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, back again with the one and only
Hi, baby. This is John Lippy.
the king of rock and bone, John Lippy, and we are here with the question of the week. This week, sometimes I ask you, John, the best. Sometimes I ask you your favorite. Sometimes I ask you to compare. But this week, I'm just going to kind of ask you to use your imagination a little bit. And I got to know, would you have rather had Bizzy on Strength and Loyalty or Krayzie on the entire BTNH Resurrection album?
When answering this question, I got to consider the time periods. Which Bizzy am I getting and which Krayzie Bone am I getting? And I will definitely take Krayzie Bone in his absolute prime for an entirety of the BTNH Resurrection album, because that probably would have saved the whole entire group. It would have saved Bone for me. Not that Bone ever left, but I was never the fan of BTNH Resurrection due to the lack of Krayzie Bone on it for the entirety. And plus, I know everybody wanted Bizzy Bone on Strength and Loyalty, but think about which Bizzy Bone you would have been getting. We're talking the ball-headed horseman, okay? You're not getting the best version of Bizzy Bone in 2006, 2007. Whereas in the year 2000 or 1999, 2000, whenever BTNH Resurrection came out, that was Krayzie Bone in his utmost prime. So I'm going with Krayzie. I'm going with healthy, strong, vibrant Krayzie Bone versus broken, homeless Bizzy Bone. And there's a reason why he wasn't on Strength and Loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with Krayzie on BTNH Resurrection.
Oh shit. That's such a good answer, John. You made me assess my answer based off your answer. But I'm going to stand firm with I would have had Bizzy on Strength and Loyalty, and can I explain to you why?
I'd like to hear why. Quantity?
Okay. So, first of all, I agree with everything you said. Krayzie Bone, absolute prime. Every time we heard him on BTNH Resurrection, he brought the heat. He brought the heat, and it was sad anytime he was like not on a song that you're like, bro, Krayzie Bone would be absolutely fucking this shit up if he was on this. And I thought one of the greatest moves of all time was when they dropped the Change the World remix and Krayzie was on it. And then they made the remix. And I think I've brought this up to you before, but the first time that dropped, it was like a different beat and it had a Krayzie Bone verse on it. And then they ended, the beat wasn't too different, but it was just like a little different. It was like, oh, the remix of Krayzie Bone. And then they mixed it again and they put Krayzie on the actual beat. And I was like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. Because the remix was like a little happier. The drums were a little happier. But I was like, yo, this is genius. And Krayzie Bone did what he does, which is he came in and he somehow stole the show, which I didn't think was possible. Changed the World. I was like, wow, what a great fucking song without Krayzie Bone. Like they really proved that they could do this without Craig Jackson. But then they put him on it, and I was like, oh yeah, like they did it without him, but it's better with him. So he showed genius every time he showed up, and it is sad that he's not on there. But I'm going with Bizzy on Strength and Loyalty. And part of it is based on what you said. And I think of that time, I think of the bald-headed horseman, I think of, Midwest Cowboy and Trials and Tribulations. And, I think that comes from that era where Bizzy didn't have direction. And what I mean is, he had won his rights to put out solo records, and he's signing these deals with these hole-in-the-wall companies that are just like buying Bizzy Bone albums, and Bizzy's just going in with full creative control, and he's just fucking doing the Bizzy Bone fucking thing. And that was it. He's just doing his thing, and he's like, that's your song, on to the next one. That's the song, on to the next one. Somebody bicked my head, I just recorded the song, on to the next one. And that's kind of what happened during the 2006, 2007. And the reason why I would have wanted to hear him on Strength and Loyalty is because we saw by 2008 when he did a song for you, he was with a label. You know, it wasn't like a huge label, but it was a label that was actually like being smart about the project with money. They were making him do retakes. You know, he actually had to work in that album. They had people around him that were saying, maybe you should do that again. Maybe you should do it this way. The pre-production, the post-production was all there. Like A Song for You, the work was put in by the entire team and not just expecting that Bizzy Bone can just come in and deliver, you know, as just Bizzy Bone. We've learned over time that none of these songs are just made off of just Bone rapping, that the team behind them is super important as well. And that brings us all the way into Strength and Loyalty, which I know is a mixed reception as far as fans and how they feel about Swiss Beats and how they felt about some of the songs and some of the singles. And I know some of the songs are really full surface Swiss Beats leaning versus being Bone. But all I think of is if Bizzy would have been in that situation with Swiss Beats, with a real label behind them, with fucking real just like guidance and somebody saying do it this way and do this, and you got a genius like Swiss Beats on the post-production, that we wouldn't have got the Bald-Headed Horseman. We would have got the best Bizzy Bone we possibly could have got at that time. We would have had fucking real work and a real team behind them. And I'll tell you what, you think about some of those Strength and Loyalty songs and you think about what it would have been like if you got grade A Bizzy Bone on some of those, if you got grade A Bizzy Bone on A Never Forget Me, grade A Bizzy Bone on Windblow, grade A Bizzy Bone on I Tried. These are amazing songs to have Bizzy Bone on if you got that standout one. And I think that the standout Bizzy would have come with the label and the team and Swiss Beats and people pushing him to be his best. So that is my answer.
That's a good that's a good answer. I'm still going with Krayzie on BTNHRessurrection, but I would say the quantity, because you'd get a full album of Bizzy, whereas Krayzie was already on 9 of the tracks, but it would have changed history. It might have been one of those time-space continuum ones where if Krayzie Bone was on all the tracks on BTNHRessurrection, where would the band be now? But yeah, I respect your answer though. It was a good one. It was a good one.
I think for these answers, you got to factor in everything that we both just talked about. What you said was very important, that was a crazy time during Bizzy. But I also think that you want to factor in that he was in complete control, which it sounds like a good thing, but it's proven over and over that the best Bizzy projects come when Bizzy has big time guidance from somebody that knows how to give him that guidance consistently. So you really got to factor in your answers. For us, though, me and John were split decision. John said he wanted to hear Krayzie Bone all the way through BTNHRessurrection. I said, give me some Bizzy Bone on Strength and Loyalty. But now it is time for you guys to give us your answer in the comments below. Let us know if BTNHRessurrection was a Krayzie Bone album or Strength and Loyalty should have been full surface with Bizzy Bone and Swiss Beats. And we will catch you guys next time. Beyond the harmony for the fans we celebrate.